Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd ask unanimous consent to have my entire remarks added to the record.
Without objection, that'll be the order.
Mr. Chairman, I, for one, am not in a state of gloom and doom over this bill. I am excited to be here at the dawning of a new energy revolution in this country, and this document in my hand is the blueprint to get us where we need to go. It's been stated by some of our friends on the other side of the aisle that this bill is an example of environmental alarmism. And I would just remind them that this bill is modeled upon the blueprint for legislative action that was submitted by the United States Climate Action Partnership. And I'm sure some of the members of this partnership would be surprised to find out that they're being accused of environmental alarmism. Companies like Alcoa, BP Amoco, Caterpillar, John Deere, Duke Energy, DuPont, Ford, GM, right down the list. This is a bill that has been generated after a lot of thought and a lot of deliberation, take into account geographic areas of the country, industries that are going to be impacted, and that's why it represents such a good starting point for our discussion. One of our other colleagues, and this is another issue we hear frequently, is the fact that regional differences need to be taken into account, and they are in this legislation. But I'd also like to remind my colleague from Florida that his own state is a perfect example of the enormous economic potential that this bill offers. And I would invite him to come to the state of Iowa and visit two of the Florida Power and Light wind farms that are generating energy right now and helping reduce the energy costs of consumers in Florida. And that company, FPL, holds itself out as the #1 wind energy company in the United States, and yet it has wind farms in Texas, New Mexico, Oklahoma, Kansas, Colorado, Wyoming, South Dakota, North Dakota, Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Iowa. And that's why the potential of clean, renewable energy exists in every part of this country. Now, we don't have beach resorts in my state of Iowa, and we're happy to send our snowbirds down to Florida and California and Arizona, and they spend their dollars down there and create jobs. We're happy to return the favor by providing economic opportunities for utility companies like the CEOs that I met with last Thursday from all the major utilities in this country who think that it's time we get moving on this important legislation. And that's why it's time for us to invest in a clean economy. It's time to draw the line in the sand, because either you're for sustainability and stewardship and you're going to support this bill, or you're for continued dependency and destruction of our environment. It's that simple. That's why we need to come together, find a way to resolve our differences, make this a bill that we can all be proud of, and it will be something that I am looking forward to working on and making it happen. I yield back the balance of my time.